What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator. This is Turbo Talon Golf. It's Tuesday, the 10th of February, 2026. You may be able to hear it in my voice, but I am slowly getting sicker. Today on GS Pro, you guys, I'm going to try to get my reps in until I get too sick to do so. On GS Pro today, we're going to play the No Pros League, Tradition Golf Club. Unfortunately, you've seen me play this course not too long ago. Fortunately, it's very beautiful and we're going to get to play it again. Stroke play, 6,400 yard tees, Saturday pins, 6-foot gimmies, normal for greens and fairways, 200 feet above sea level, Stimp 11, WIMCOM, blah, 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 blah. It's all the same, okay? We're really not concentrating on the golf. That'll just be something in the background. What we are going to concentrate on is conversation in the chat and TikToks. But the goal is to not have this be a 2.5 hour live stream like the other ones are. I did get new SIGPRO tees in the mail from SIGPRO, from Seb. And they look to be ready to rock and roll in great condition, so we're going to be hitting off of those today for driver. Good start. We know we've got a mile to go to the pin. How's that at OB? You guys, this is saying I'm on my third shot and I just hit into the fairway and hit OB. I can't see any OB. Not quite tracking what's going on here. Okay, that's right into the fairway again. If it says it's OB again, we're going to get out of this round and go play something else. All right. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to hit if that is out of bounds. 240. All right, guys, just to give this course 3 chances, 3 strikes and you're out. We'll hit one more. Maybe if it's in the water. It doesn't really matter what it does. This is going to wreck the scorecard if we keep going. All right, that's 3 times I put a ball on the fairway and 3 times it said I hit OB. We're going to go ahead and exit out of here. Guys, I had no idea why it would do that. Let's zoom out. Maybe I'm missing something. Guys, I can't even see any OB except for up at the top there. Let's go ahead and get out of here. There's nothing else I can do. That was 3 balls hit onto the fairway each time. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. End round, yep. Tournaments, it's going to say resume. We're not going to resume it. That round's shot. I'll maybe put something in the Discord. What can we just play here? Web Plus. Let's do the Web Plus. AT&T Pebble Beach program at Pebble Beach. Play round 1. Those are your settings. Pause it if you want to see them. We're already behind schedule. You guys, GS Pro is a fucking shit show. If you needed more confirmation than the other 900 times I've mentioned it in 900 other videos, there you go. What kind of frame rate are we running at here? We can't hit through the trees. There we go, 192. Kind of forcing you to not hit driver here on the first hole. It didn't say it was OB. All right, we're hitting, we're in the deep rough. I don't know if we're behind a tree or not. I can't tell anything. Let's just play. We got 123 to the pin out of deep rough. Pebble Beach, putting. Wow. Can you imagine what that had done if it would have hit on the green? Nor can I. Let's check out a couple of TikToks. All right, guys, here's an interesting one. I think our public education system may have failed us, but I think this also might be click troll bait, fucking rage bait. Copperhead Fe4. Gravity is so strong it can hold trillions of gallons of water to a spinning, wobbling, wet space ball, move the oceans to form tides and the gravity of the moon. Form tides from the gravity of the moon, but it has no effect on a butterfly. Come on, you can't be that stupid, can you? Not sure what this person's trying to say. I'm guessing this is rage bait or clickbait or whatever. But obviously gravity has an effect on all things, to include light. The reason a butterfly flies is because it creates more lift than the force of gravity pulling down on it. So thank you for that one. Not a great one to start out on. Taylor talks back, says, why a matriarchy? Yeah. Can we quit talking about matriarchies and patriarchies and just like figure out why there are kids somewhere that don't know what they're going to eat for dinner tonight? Anyway, this lady says, because I had our 10-pound baby in an ambulance, had a massive hemorrhage, multiple blood transfusions, and 48 hours later he wouldn't get off his video game to go to the grocery store. I would bet $100 right now that this didn't actually happen, unless she's married to Satan himself. This is bullshit and it's clickbait, okay? There's no way this woman went through that and this guy, the baby daddy, wouldn't go to the grocery store unless he's actually Satan. So there's your couple of TikToks for hole 4. The next one's so-so. Let's see if we can get over onto this fairway. 230. This is a drivable green for some people. Some people not being me. But I'll get up there as close as I can to it. We're probably about due for a nice nasty slice, so stay tuned. That should be fine, especially if we can get that cart path bounce. 61. Little strong, a little bit strong. Got a helicopter flying over here. Hopefully it's not a life flight. Fourth hole. Three wood. Will this get me in trouble? I do not know. It's a mile in the air. Should be on the fairway. Or not. 150 to the pin. What do we got here? 122 to the pin with a little bit of a headwind. I lent some golf clubs to a gentleman at work who wants to get into golf. And I said, dude, just beware. Golf's a pretty tough sport. And he's a good guy, he's a well-meaning guy. But we all think we're a lot cooler than we really are, right? And he says he thinks he should be fine. And I just said, okay. But seriously, like, it's pretty difficult. All right, I think we're back to even. It doesn't matter. Nobody's here for the golf. All right, pretty famous hole here. Whatever we do, we don't want to be on the beach, even though it's not really that bad. It's not OB, it's lateral hazard. Stay up. Oh, wow. Nice. 216 playing 220 something. We need to hit this again, this 3-wood again. Uh-oh. That's fucking gone. We'll take our lateral. Looks like we came over the top on that lovely little humdinger there. It's a par 5. We'll see if we can recover. Lovely 7th hole here, playing 90 yards with a bit of a headwind. Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but the ball's not actually rolling. Like it's almost like hovering through space. Okay, it's 300 to get up here, or 190 something to get up there. It's telling us to hit driver. We're obviously not doing that. Guys, that was a lot of turf and a lot of toe. That was a lot of bad things all in one. We're hitting from deep, so if we want any chance of doing anything, we got to go over here, which is what we'll do. Those are usually pretty rare unless we're cold, so we'll see if we can not do one of those again, right? Okay. Usually that ball, we're in the deep again. It's calling everything deep, which is fine. This is a par 4 and we're having a good time. Apparently it's fucking Shelby can hit straight with his 3-wood day. Everyone rejoice. We're still 50 yards out from the pin. We're going to be 50 yards out in the other direction. Not sure what that was. It was just a bad shot. All right, rough hole, guys. If you don't get off the tee, you're obviously going to have lots of trouble. This is for double, so we're taking a triple here. Maybe a quad. All right, you can't have holes like that, guys. You can't be going from deep rough to deep rough to deep rough, or you're going to have a score like that. Uh-oh. Little salt sprinkled in the wound there. This is going to be tough to get this ball to stop. Oh wow, we got real lucky there, guys. Hey, what's up for golf's sake? How are you? We're just getting some quick reps in here. I tried to play the No Pros League, but it gave me 3 OBs out of boundses in a row, even though I was hitting right into the fairway, so I had to bail. I should probably let the organizer know, or maybe it was something wrong with the course, I'm not sure. So now we're playing Web Plus for, yeah, Web Plus, Pebble Beach. Just getting some reps in. Starting to get a little sicker and a little sicker here. Hey Tedski, how are you? Welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you much, if at all. Welcome, nevertheless. Also remember, I have the attention span of a goldfish, so. Oh, guys, we've had a couple of rough holes here, but we've had some really nice, lucky bounces. For some reason, it doesn't barely look like the ball's rotating. Yeah, Ted, I didn't know if I'd seen you, but it's been probably quite a while ago. Let's check out our next shitty TikTok here. This girl's name is Olia. If a man was broke, I wouldn't choose him because he wouldn't have chosen me if I was ugly. Have a blessed day. She's right. Girls are looking for socioeconomic status and money and someone to take care of their offspring, and guys are looking for attractive females. Can't even say she's wrong. She's got way too much lip filler. Doesn't look like she's old enough to need that much lip filler, but we won't concentrate on that too much. What's our next one? This gal's name is Hey, I'm Heather. I think that's what she's trying to say. Poorly done. The longer I'm alive, the more I wonder why us women aren't burning everything to the ground. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything to say to that. If you're having that bad of a life, that sucks. Hopefully you get your shit together and figure out what's going on. But I'd say you guys got it pretty good, especially here in America, where you can basically say and do whatever you want and there's no ramification for it. But hopefully things start looking up for you there, Heather. All right, we're all dumber. We'll look at a few more TikToks here in a little bit. The next one is awesome. Let's tee off on 11, 338 yard par 4. We're not here for the golf, so we're just going to go ahead and play and play and play, and we'll hit our ball until it goes where we need it to go, and that is into the cup. '85 playing '89 with a baby tailwind. You guys, I did not mean to do that. I am not good at golf, but I'll take it. Can we keep it in the cup and be all right? What's going on, Matt? Matt says, lol. Are you laughing at the TikTok? Are you laughing at my haircut? Man, I don't know these days. All right, we're playing about 170 to the pin. That was toey, and there's a bunker in front of the green. Okay, guys, we just hit the fairway for the most part on a par 3. You lose a ton of power when you hit toey, so there you go. The toe's not your friend, but neither is the hosel. I wouldn't say either of them are your friend. Guys, I don't know what it is. For some reason, when I turn the camera to go, all I want to do, all my body wants to do is burp and fart. Yeah, the TikToks are funny. The TikToks are fucking ridiculous. I try to make them funny. And I'm not trying to pick on women. That's just the shit that's in my feed. I do not cherry pick certain TikToks. That's literally what rolls through my feed. Trying to play the left side of the fairway. It's kind of not working out, but we got 50 yards to the pin out of the rough, so we'll be fine. That was thin. That's going to go. Sit. You guys, we got really lucky on that shot. It was, if you look in the replay, it was almost a skull. 13 playing 12. Yes. TikTok, good for you. TikTok, good for me. Actually, TikTok's trash and it's not good for anybody. It's full of people that want to talk about their problems to strangers instead of trying to fix things with their spouse or their employer or whoever they're bitching about. That's what it is. It's pure trash. Guys, I don't know what's to the right, but I see some white stakes. Okay, we got lucky. That's the first leaker we've hit today, and I'm okay with that. Oh! Matt says he just received his ProTee VX launch monitor on Friday, and he loves it. There's a lot to love, sir. A lot to love. It's kind of like me. There's a lot to love. All right, let's hit the 3-wood out of this very strange lie, and I think we're going to see some strange things happen because the ball's going to want to fall off this hill. And the way that GSPro calculates the physics is pretty off the mark, in my opinion. So we won't swing this club too terribly hard. You see how it wants to jettison off the hill? If I'd have given it the full fucking works, we'd have been OB. But instead we're 100 yards out, which is fine. We did get some tree love there. We'd have been in trouble. Get up there. Okay, she's coming back down. Got to decide if you want a putt or chip here. What are we looking at? Let's putt. Matt says he played so much this weekend, his game got worse, but he'll get things figured out eventually. Yeah, you're going through the classic phases of sim golf. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I've been playing in the sim for about 1.5 years, brother, and I'll tell you that I could shoot 25 over par on this round. Like it could just happen at any time. I don't know how many feet we have. This software is fucking trash. Okay, 60 feet plus 36. Let's pretend we need to hit about 100 feet of feel. Don't go off the back. You guys, a 100-foot putt is difficult because you don't practice 100-foot putts. I don't practice 100-foot putts. I can't think of anywhere where I could practice a 100-foot putt. A very well-cut football field, maybe. That was an unfortunate hole. We did get a tiny get-out-of-jail-free card, but you can see the score's starting to bloat up. And that's perfectly fine. Nobody's here for the fucking golf. Let's watch a couple more TikTok screen captures, you guys. These aren't actual TikToks. Here we've got Moonfish Adonis, whatever. This lady says, she looks like she's in a fucking high school photo. She's got her fist under her chin, and she's looking thoughtfully over to the left. She says, it's crazy to me some of you call God a he when we know that a man cannot create life. A woman can't technically create life either. She needs a little something from the man, right? It happens when a man and woman love each other, or when a man thinks a woman's very beautiful and she's had too much to drink. So you're mostly correct, but... And she's saying we weren't created from Adam's rib. Crazy story. Well, no fucking kidding, lady. All right, what do we got here? We got 111. She looks really bitchy. She's wearing like a bathing suit or something. You can almost see her hoo-ha. She says, fun fact, men always choose. Men do not always do anything, so shut the fuck up. Secondly, let's read what she has to say. Men always choose the less pretty girl because the prettier one makes them feel insecure and inferior, and they hate that. You guys, this might apply to some men, but myself and most of the people I know absolutely went after the prettiest girl. It's called, what's that thing? I don't know. They want the biggest, strongest man. We want the prettiest girl. So... survival of the fittest? I don't know. You guys, the shit these TikTokers say is hilarious to me. Men always do this and they always do that. Yeah, I know everything. I'm fucking 22 years old. Let's see here. Let's play some golf. Men always fucking... Bleh. I'll tell you what, if I was your boyfriend or husband and you were running around with your coochie hanging out like that, we'd probably have a little bit of a chat. Just a little chat. Tedsky says, he hears you, Matt. Driver was the best part of his game. Now want to take it outside and wrap it around the nearest tree. Ted, if you're talking about hitting driver in the simulator, it's a lot different than hitting driver outside, depending on what launch monitor you have. I've found that most of the half a dozen or so launch monitors I've used really overestimate spin, right? Which is going to make your slice or your hook even more pronounced. For golf's sake is a club builder, if you guys didn't know that, and he says he's currently swapping out his steel shafts to graphite, so he's going from 95 gram to 70 gram. On his 2014 Ping Karsten irons. Will be the first time you've played graphite irons. Should be interesting. For golf's sake, I have graphite shafts in my Ping G425s, and they feel really good. I hope you're pleasantly surprised, because I certainly was. Not that I should be telling, that's going to be short. Not that I should be telling that guy anything about clubs or club building. Guys, I think that was a toey roller. TikTok. TikTok's the only thing keeping this channel afloat, guys. I think I was at like 150 subscribers. Then I started looking at TikToks in my live streams, and I've had like 50 new subscribers in the last month or so. Okay, that was fun. What's that, a double? Okay, that should have gone in. HLA was fine. I must have just not used enough mustard. Some of it's what they call indoor swing syndrome. You got to kind of get your mind out of thinking like I'm inside, I shouldn't be swinging a golf club. And then after that, make sure you're playing as much golf as you can outside, because you start trusting that the simulator's saying. And it overestimates spin. Like that shot outside would have been just a beaut, probably straight down the fairway, but it does overestimate spin pretty bad. 1,300 RPM a side spin. 98 yards. 98 yards. 98 yards. Ping I2 wedge here. Should that not have gone a little further? No? All right. And sometimes, you guys, if you're slicing outside and in the sim, that's obviously an issue you've got to work out with a swing coach or something. I think that's the first par we've had in a hot minute. Number 17 here, obviously a very beautiful hole. Got a bit of a headwind. It'll get better. That was toey, and it's headed toward the right. We should be fine. A chip and a putt, as they say. A chip and a putt, as your buddy says on the golf course while he's swilling a Coors Light. Or just a chip. All right, my friends, the iconic 18th hole at Pebble Beach. Let's see if we can not go OB and not be in the hazard. Okay? And that'll conclude round one, and then we'll roll properly into round two. Maybe watch a couple of shitty TikToks. Okay, we got really lucky there. We're in front of the tree, not behind it, and we are going to have a fairway in regulation there. Not hitting as far as I would like to be today, but acceptable. Now, I'm not a professional golfer. That's a pretty risky shot. Let's just get up here somewhere in the fairway. That's too risky for me, boys. What's going on, Willie? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, SGT Web Plus tours at Pebble. Guys, that's going right. We should be fine. Not ideal. We do got to chip over this tree though, which I don't like the idea of. We got a ton of green to play with. That club's not quite supposed to go that far. There you go. Excuse train all aboard. That club ain't supposed to go that far. $30, 41 feet here. That is not going to get there. What are we putting for? Bogey or par here? For bogey? 7-2. I think we need a little more than that. There's your shot an 80 at Pebble. We'll see if we can do better this time. Stats are fine. Obviously, this is really bad. No, bogeys are okay. Double plus, not great. Let's load up round deuces. Guys, I started out this video, if you'll notice what the title of the video is, I started it out on the No Pros League, but I hit a ball directly into the center of the fairway and it said, "You have hit OB." I hit another ball directly into the center of the fairway, it said, "You have hit OB." I hit a third ball directly into the center of the fairway and it said, "You have hit OB." So something is broken, something is wrong, and that's why we went with the Web Plus Tour. I don't know why it's saying resume round 1. Let's fucking resume round 1 and it'll be on the 18th hole. You guys, GS Pro is dog shit. They're trying, but it's still got a long ways to go. So we're going to load this up and be on the 18th hole. Oh, what do you know? Tournaments. Okay, it's saying, are we good now? Web Plus, round 2 of 2. 6,000 yards, 5-foot gimmies, normal, winds breezy, stimps 11. Let's look at a couple of TikToks. Willie, I'm in the Web Plus. I got kicked out of the Web Tour. Let's do some ticking and or talking. Willie says he hasn't had many issues with GS Pro. I don't think it's got any major issues. It's just me. I'm kind of a perfectionist and I'm picking it apart. So this gal's name is Baby Lush. She looks like, what's the princess's name off of Game of Thrones? Targaryen, blah, blah, bloop, bloop. It's been a while since we watched it. It says, do men ever sit back and think, damn, this girl is a damn good woman. She's trying her hardest to give me the world. Maybe I should step up, be better, and cut the bullshit before I lose her for good. Yeah, we do think that. And you probably have said this in the most relatable language that I've seen from a female in a long time. You just got straight to the point. You didn't start man bashing. I appreciate you. This next lady is not going to say the same thing. She says mansplaining is a man explaining things nobody asked for. Sure. She-lence. Is that supposed to be she-silence? Women no longer explaining things we already said. your glasses are fucking stupid. I'm just going to say it out loud. Your glasses are fucking stupid. They look like something somebody would be wearing on Nick at Night back in the 1980s. Also, there is no such thing as fucking she-lence or she-silence. Or else you guys wouldn't be dominating my feed in TikTok. It's clearly not a thing. Or it's not a thing for most of you. Because if you guys stopped talking about things you've already explained before, I wouldn't have any TikToks to show. Now fucking would I. All right, what do we got in the chat? Willie Beeman says, I've got a chin only balls would love. Thank you, sir. It's a good chin. I've been told I have a strong jawline. But luckily not many balls have hit it. 190. You guys, this forces you to not hit driver if you can't shot shape, which I cannot. We've got a tailwind and we'll go through the back of the fairway if we hit a driver, so 3 wood it is. That's actually curving around. It might be on the right side of the fairway. Uh-oh. We good? Oh, Willie says the TikTok, not my chin. Good. I'm glad you clarified, dude. Let's see. 100 yards off of concrete, which I don't believe gives any sort of penalty. Let's hit a golf ball. Yeah, I am on the new beta version. And it updated when I started it today, too. Boom, birdie time. Oh! You guys, these beryllium copper pings make a lot of backspin. Look at that, 10,000 backspin. It almost is like that's an illegal amount of backspin. Hey, if you guys don't upgrade to the beta version of GS Pro, I don't think you're missing a whole lot. Just stay on whatever version is stable for you and whatever version you can play with your buddies on and call it a day, honestly. Wind's blowing toward the OB and there's nothing on the right. Holy shit, is this godforsaken sim software going to give me a fairway in regulation? 167. I'm still getting used to these clubby clubs. There's a lot of danger everywhere around this pin. Another toe ball. Don't look at the replay, you'll just be appalled. 45. Yeah, you ain't missing nothing if you don't switch, I don't think. You might be missing a couple of little things. Here's this drivable, almost drivable par 4 again. Oh no, we went back a set of tees. It's not drivable anymore. I think we went back a set of tees, or I'm losing my shit. Both of those are plausible. Holy shit. Do we have a wind blowing or something? That was so bad. $10,000 backspin again. Yeah, there's little chunks of golf ball on this club. Uh, 29 feet or so here. Let's hit the 1 iron. The Ping I2 beryllium copper 1 iron. Haven't had a ton of luck hitting this club, guys. Decent strike, but it's too far to the left. Maybe it'll stay up. You typically want to hit out of grass whenever you can instead of sand. I think the same kind of rings true outside. Decent shot, but a 1 iron should have gone probably 20 or 25 yards further than that. I think we're hitting uphill and into the wind, so we're probably fine. Ah, fuck. Get your sand game out, guys. What the hell happened there? Let's take a look at that replay just for my satisfaction. It looks like we hit into the side of the bunker even though I hit a flop shot with a 36-degree launch angle. Yep, I got nothing. I got nothing. That was weird. Something's happening with the connector. I'm not even getting a... It says too many golf balls. All right, we're good now, I think. 135, headwind. Pin is tucked to the right, all kinds of bad things. That was pretty flush. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes too long. That sucks. Let's try to flop one over there. Okay, floppy flop shot. Oh! Another hole here that deserves respect. This hole absolutely manhandled me on the last round. Let's see if I can do better. Headwind. The beach on the right is a lateral hazard. It's not OB, which is good. Let me get that members bounce, bitch. Go, go. We still got a lot of work to do. We still got a lot of work to do, guys. That won't count as a green in regulation, even though it was a 306 yard total with our little bounce there. We're out of the rough. 175. Uh, 42 feet of feel here. Son of a bitch. Let's see what fucking TikTok's got for us. V here says, "You're so quiet. Thanks. You actually called women females during our convo, and now I don't care to engage with you anymore." What the fuck is wrong with being called a female? Did I miss something? I did 20 years in the United States Air Force, and males were males and females were females. Am I missing something? True story. All right. I don't get it. All right. I need to get with the times, I suppose. This next gal is, whatever. I think I can remember what she was saying. What's up, Willie? Willie says, "Jesus, bro." What's up, boss? might be on the green. Get left. Willie says, where all was I stationed during 20 years? So I worked on the Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile, which means that I could only go a few places, because those only exist in basically in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and a couple of surrounding states, Great Falls, Montana, and Minot, North Dakota. So I spent most of my career in Great Falls, Montana, about 8 hours north of where I live now. I did a stint at Vandenberg Air Force Base down in Central California, and then I did a couple of years at Francis E. Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So I did some time at 2 of the 3 missile wings, but I did no time at Minot. Willie also said, thank you for my service. I appreciate it, sir. For golf's sake says the hole he had a hole-in-one and wasn't filming, never had one since or before. Was that on number 7, Tim? Because that's pretty sweet, brother. All right, guys, we need to make sure this ball doesn't leak to the right, or we're going to probably lose a couple of these precious, precious birdies. In fact, this is a terrible idea, but it's a video game, so nobody really gives a flying shit. I must hit that off the toe, question mark. And I almost would rather have hit into the water. That was really bad, guys. Let's see if we can clean up the mess here, pick up the pieces, move on. We clearly don't want to hit over here. We want to hit to here, which I can't see. Let me zoom out. I want to hit here, and I got to hit out of a pretty shitty lie, so I'm just going to rail a ball up there with the 3 wood, and hopefully it'll get up. Okay, Tim says he had a hole-in-one on hole 7 and wasn't recording. I believe you, sir. That's probably in a statistic somewhere too in GS Pro. This is a par 4 and not even a very long one. That drive's going to cost us a stroke. 59 yards to the pin. Oh, that's not bad. That wasn't bad. We should be able to get out of here with a bogey. Willie says drinks are on Tim. I was playing with a guy up at Valley View this summer, and he kept bragging about how he got a hole-in-one on one of the par 3s up there. And he said that day he was going to get a hole-in-one and he was going to buy us all cheeseburgers at the clubhouse. He was very confident he was going to get a hole-in-one. He ended up not getting a hole-in-one. I don't even think he hit a par 3 green in regulation. And he actually put a ball in the water on the 18th hole and walked off the course. He didn't even finish the 18th hole. You guys, sometimes I get pretty mad while I'm playing. Mostly in here, not really outside. But I have never walked off the golf course and quit a round of golf outright. I mean, he did make it almost 18 holes, but this is the same guy that was bragging that he was going to get a hole-in-one that day, and he was going to buy us all cheeseburgers. Beautiful drive, little leaky. Oh, it's still going. Let's fast forward this. Is that a green in regulation or a fairway? It is not. Gotta love GS Pro, guys. It's not GS Pro's fault. I swung the golf club, okay? I get it. Fucking get off my back. I want to hit about a 150-yard shot, but I do not want to be over in the muck. Willie says it's always the guys that are talking the loudest. This was certainly that person. Get right. Bounce right. Guys, I can't even putt out of this lie. I wouldn't putt out of this lie in real life anyway. That's a little disappointing. That's a little disappointing. On a downhill lie like that, I do not believe that ball would have truly stopped. But we're in the position we're in and we need to move on, right? That was fucking stupid. Very unfortunate. Willie says his dad used to tell him, son, you're not good enough to get mad. Just have fun. This is true. Although sometimes my testosterone and my man hormones do get the best of me. Let's hit a leaky ball onto this fairway. A little leaky fader. That's not a fader, boys and girls. That is a hook. Thankfully, there's very little OB on this golf course, or we would be up shit creek here. We got to go 190 into a headwind out of a deep rough. Your best bet here is to just get something and move it closer to the pin. Because no matter what you hit out of here, it ain't going to be pretty. You guys, that was a beautifully struck 2-iron. A 2-iron. And it gave us 140 carry. It was a little over the top, but it was beautifully struck. Would that happen in real life? I don't know. Not really sure. I don't think I'd hit a 2-iron out of deep rough, though. Dreaded double chip, cardinal sin of golf. Sometimes it happens. All right, we're burning through these birdies about as quick as we picked them up. This one's gone now too. Back to even. Let's check out a TikTok. This next girl's got about 11 inches of her cleavage out, so enjoy this one, gents. Not much of a looker, though. This gal's name is Toxie Baby. She says, when you're 35, I've had 4 marriages, 6 fiancés, and 120 bodies. Okay, that means she slept with 120 people. 10 belong to the family of one ex that treated you awful. That was one hell of a family reunion. Guys, I see this pretty much every day when I show TikToks. And I'll say it again. Gals, please don't say things like this on social media. Your dad could see this, your mom, your brothers, your sisters. Don't tell people on TikTok that you've slept with 120 dudes. Okay? I don't even know what the hell to say about that. She's probably lucky to still be alive. Died from some fucking sexually transmitted disease. You know? That's just so weird that you would admit that on social media as a female. Willie says he doesn't envy my algorithm. Willie, I was actually hoping for my algorithm to be full of fucking Sean O'Golf shit, but this is what I got instead because apparently whatever fed it my demographics said that I'm a fucking dirty middle-aged old man. And again, I don't like anything, I don't follow anyone, I don't thumbs up anything ever. Can you imagine what it would do if I thumbsed up something or followed somebody? There'd be no fucking end to the smut that fell into my feed. Nothing. There'd be no end to it. Okay, guys, do I hit a 58-degree wedge really hard or this Ping I2 sand wedge moderately hard? 90 yards with an 8-mile-an-hour tailwind. And this Ping I2 Plus is not going to generate as much backspin as the beryllium coppered. How about we smash the 58-degree wedge pretty good, and maybe it'll get there with the tailwind. Pretty stupid idea, I'll bet. Holy shit, that worked. Come back. That was 10,000 RPM of backspin, guys. I don't know where this came from, but this ball's probably going to roll off the fucking green anyway, so it doesn't matter. You're not going to make this putt. Just get it close to the little hole or the big ring, but don't sit and... I don't care to sit and triangulate these putts. A gimme is a gimme is a gimme. Someday I'll be good enough to calculate those putts and get them in the hole, but that's not the kind of golf we're playing. Okay, we're still even. We've got a 175-yard par 3. I don't know. Let's see if we can pull a hat out of this rabbit. 176 to 70. Oh, that was way too much club. God damn it. That was the 4-iron. See, that 4-iron hit as far as my Ping G425 4-iron with modern loft jacking. So it's kind of confusing to me. It's kind of confusing at best, I'd say. Do I dare to putt this out of the semi-rough? I'm going to go with probably not. Couple of beautiful shots on that hole. Unfortunate set of circumstances there at the end. All right, let's blast the ball up here. We got some wind. We're not going to be able to catch E. Townsley, but that's fine. We're doing all right. Go. That's unfortunate. Is this a par 4? Oh, thank God. Or thank whoever you pray to. Oh, shit. Never up, never in, huh? I'll take a par. Willie says, you're hitting them pretty well today. Big dog. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This hole feels very long. Okay, yeah, it's 545 yards. We've got a bit of a wind that should help us over a little bit. Oh shit, back of the fairway. God damn it. Oh, okay. .290. All right, do I want to hit driver off the deck or 3-wood here? Let's make it interesting and hit driver off the deck. Nobody's here for the golf. Let me see what I can do here. Let's DOD this fucker. We might have been better off with a 3-wood. Yeah, that only went 217. It would have gone 284 according to the lab software though. So thanks, GS Pro. Fucking starting to remind me of the IRS. You always want your pound of flesh. 79 with a tailwind. Oh, fuck you. What was wrong with that shot? This wasn't enough, huh? You guys, just to like make a comparison here, this bunker is 7 feet 4 inches tall. So like that tall. This, if you were standing here, I know it's a video game, so it doesn't really show how it would really look, but that would be very intimidating. and then that. So guys, the game off the tee today is super strong, but the short game is not. You can see we've blown a lot of birdies here. Nobody's here for the golf. Shit, I'm only here to get repetitions. Just about putted that coast to coast. You probably wouldn't do that outdoors because you've had some like feel for what was going on. Oh wow, all right. Is this what we're doing, GS Pro? Is this what we're doing? Guys, that is fucking infuriating. Well, fucking, dude, we were having such a good round, too. 19 feet. What the fuck? Holy shit. All right, I'm going to concede out. That was unfortunate. 15th hole. Looks like we got some inner OB and some outer OB. Some proper OB. And we're 12 yards down. So this is a good chance to hit a long drive. I don't know what was going on with the green there on that last hole, but we just had to concede out. Don't be behind a tree. What do we got here? Oh, nice. Nice. Got a lovely little members bounce there, 63 yards. This pin's on the front of the green, kind of tough. Also, you guys, I find chipping to be kind of cumbersome in the simulator, but I see guys who are really good at it, so I know that you can get good at it. Let's see here. Okay, let's putt out. Let's putt for Parsky here. 12-footer, so maybe right there. 14 feet. Oh, come on. All right, we're 7 over. Guys, we had to concede out of a hole. I just, if you play past 9 or 10 strokes, you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot. But it's a video game and it doesn't matter. I doubt that green, even if you were at Pebble Beach in real life, would be that difficult, especially at 11 stimp. Okay, this gal's name is Juliana. She's got her boobs out. She said when one bitch don't like you, she teams up with another bitch who don't like you, and before you know it, there's a group of hating bitches. Funny thing is they don't even like each other. Fake as fuck. Guys, it's not what she's saying, it's what she's doing. So she's driving her car around in a neighborhood. She's holding her camera like this, and she doesn't have a seatbelt on. Hopefully her kids aren't in the back of the car. Hopefully, as stupid as she is, she doesn't have any kids. But I just thought it was funny that she was doing one of these while she's driving. And in the TikTok video, she goes around this corner, so it's not like she's just going straight. She's doing selfie thing, and she's wearing no seatbelt. So Hopefully natural selection removes her from the earth at some point. Next we're going to hear from Lavissa, who clearly doesn't like men very much. But she still keeps popping up in my feed, even though I've never liked a single thing of hers in ever once. All right, here we go. We're just going to bomb a drive up there. That was very towy and hopefully not OB. Okay, I see white stakes. We should be fine. Let's plan our recovery shot. Guys, 375-yard par 4, and we're still hitting at a deep rough, about 170 yards. I'd say it'd be a better idea to never ever put yourself in this position. But that was a very towy shot. 176 down 5. Let's hit the 3 iron because we do need a little bit of loft. Or GS Pro. There's certain wickets you need to hit in GS Pro or it won't give you enough loft to get anywhere. It's pretty weird. Oh, Jesus. All right, we can work with that. $59 yards. That was a towy roller. We might be on the green. This is breaking a lot and it's uphill. We'll leave it there. Pretty long putt, guys. That's nowhere near the circle or the hole. You can see it did a little candy cane shape, right? Because it's uphill. So the ball is going to lose inertia and start wanting to roll back. There we go. You guys, this is classic mid to high handicap golf. You can be hitting shots like a professional, and then you can have a hole where you take a 10. It's the guys who can hold it together for an entire 18 holes and not just a few. Those are the guys that score low. 170 yards into a 9-mile-an-hour wind. This is a well-protected green. If you don't end up in a bunker, I would consider yourself lucky. Let's hit the 4 iron. That's clearly going to be to the right and probably in a bunker. I think we were in this exact bunker last time. No, it wasn't. But we hit the side of the bunker, so we got to make sure to get enough loft to get out of here. Or just go right into another bunker. All right, there we go. Just stop. Guys, we're hitting some amazing shots and we're hitting some really bad shots. We're losing a lot of strokes around the greens though. Go! All right. Pretty rough end of a round here. That was a double. So you guys, we were like 3 under at one point. This is classic mid to high handicap golf. 275. Let's see if we can keep it between the ketchup and mayo here. Willie says he's thinking about getting one of those lab putters, or they're cracked up to be. I thought the same thing, my friend. But after you get the feel of it, I noticed a lot fewer triple putts. The double putts are still there because we're not professional golfers, but the triples are much more far and few between. Because I'm getting close enough to the cup for a tap in par now versus, you know, having to triple or three putt. Don't hit that, we should be fine. We're gonna be out of deep. All right, guys, we're just gonna have to pick this hole apart slowly because I'm not gonna be able to get down there out of the deep. Let's just hit the ball as far as we can. And Willie, I think you can find a Lab DF3 putter now used because the new ones with the face insert came out. I think you can find one used for $300. Maybe you could talk the guy or gal down to $250. Bounce left. You guys, you take so much of a penalty out of the rough here in GS Pro. Let's see if we can get on the green in 328 yards. Ball's going to want to go a little to the left, but we got some wind blowing. That should be just fine. Get up there. Let's see if we can putt out for par. Really good round other than a couple of holes. No complaints from me. Let's finish out this hole, watch a couple of shitty TikToks, and then I will let you guys go for the night. 17-footer. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle there, boys. 10 over again. I think that's what we shot in the last one. No, we shot an 80 on the last one. Guys, if we get rid of this +5, +2, +2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're at even. But for some reason, the green on 14, even though I didn't really give it the old college try, I was putting one-handed and shit. That one got us pretty good. Let's take a look at a couple of TikToks. I can't fucking stand this lady. She sucks. She's got a horse face. But anyway, that's beside the point. What I meant is she's a beautiful young lady, and any man would be lucky to have her. She says if he doesn't want to see you with another man, he would make sure there is no man treating you better than him. Ladies, I think this might be a foreign subject to you, but if you're already with one guy, you shouldn't be letting another guy treat you good or bad. You should be saying, I have a boyfriend or I'm married. So this guy shouldn't be constantly competing with other guys around him, because you should be saying that you're already seeing somebody. That's my 2 cents. Love it, like it, hate it. What do we got next? This person is using a lot of exclamation marks. Blondie going traveling. She's saying, hear me out. All men lie. No, we don't all lie. You're fucking stupid. So choose the one who's lying on his yacht wiring you money you didn't ask for while you're sunbathing in the Caribbean. Also, I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell Caribbean. Doesn't it have 2 R's and 1 B? Yes? Caribbean? That's not how that's spelt, is it? Anyway, guys, this chick's a gold digger. She's saying all men lie. We clearly don't all lie. She's talking about a loud minority. My advice is when you're around anybody or talking to anybody who stereotypes like this or makes generalizations, all of this, all of that, none of this, none of that, is that you just don't even listen to what they're saying because they're full of shit. It's called cognitive biases, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at stats. Nothing to write home about. 2 pretty good rounds at Pebble. We were 3 under at one point and then ended up 10 over due to an unfortunate set of circumstances. And this video started out with the No Pros League, but I hit 3 consecutive balls onto the fairway on the first hole and it said they were all out of bounds. So I think something's either broken on my end or broken on the other end, because it kept on telling me that I was out of bounds over and over and over again. So what we ended up playing was the Web Plus Tour, which was at Pebble Beach this week. Okay? For golf's sake says, most shots are lost within 50 yards. I would say that's kind of where I'm gaining my strokes, so I agree with you there. Clearly getting off the tee just fine today. For golf's sake says love it. And Flying Fat Kid was in the chat. Maybe he's still here. He said tough course. We were whipping its ass like it owed us money for a little bit, dude. I ain't gonna lie. It was just one great shot after another. For golf's sake says short game is king. If long game is working but short game is off, you're still stuffed. If long game's a bit off but the short game is great, you still score well. I agree, guys. We saw it happen today. And Willie says the No Pros bans you when you hit the middle of the fairway. I'm guessing you're joking, but 3 straight shots into the center of the fairway. If you want to go back, it was in the beginning of the video. Guys, I got to get inside and eat dinner. I love you all. Thank you all for your participation. We'll see you in the next live stream. This has been a Turbo Talent production, and I bid you guys adieu for the night. Okay? Have a good one. We'll see you later.